They say you can feel a Harley before you see it, the vibration in your chest, the taste of gasoline in the air. But 50 of them? That's not a ride, that's a reckoning. Officer Martinez steps out of his cruiser, hand near his holster. Leo Castelli stands in his pizzeria doorway, flour on his apron, frozen as he stares at the wall of bikers. The lead biker kills his engine. Silence falls. They weren't there for the pizza. They were there because of what happened 24 hours ago. A single act, $18, and a choice that would change everything. But to understand why 50 warriors showed up at a failing pizzeria, we have to go back to the moment Leo Castelli made the biggest mistake, or the best decision, of his entire life. Leo Castelli didn't inherit a business. He inherited a promise. Leo needs dough in the kitchen. In a photo on the wall shows him with his father, both in matching aprons. His father, on his deathbed 3 years ago, gripped Leo's hand and whispered those final words. "The ovens stay warm, Leo, no matter what. Promise me." For 3 years he'd kept that promise. 16-hour days, 7 days a week. But promises don't pay mortgages. Leo opens his apartment fridge. Pickles, half an onion, bread in a plastic bag. He sits at his table and superglues the sole of his shoe back on. He was fixing shoes with glue while trying to hold together a legacy. Leo opens an envelope marked "Final Notice." His hands shake. $1,200, due Friday at noon. 2 days away. It might as well have been 12 million. Leo locks up for the night. Across the street, a line of homeless people wait outside St. Agnes shelter. Leo carries 2 imperfect pizza boxes across the street. Leo, you're a saint. Just a guy with a bad oven timer. Even when he was starving, Leo fed the hungry. His father taught him that. A man who hoards bread goes to bed full but wakes up empty. A man who shares it, he never sleeps alone. But kindness doesn't keep the lights on, and Friday was coming. Thursday night. The storm rolled in like an omen. Thunder rumbles. Rain sheets down. Leo counts coins on the counter. $47.83. He closes his eyes, defeated. The door bursts open. Wind and rain explode inside. A massive figure stands in the doorway, the beast. 6'4", covered in tattoos and scars, leather vest dripping water. We're about to close. The beast walks to the counter, water pooling around his boots. The legacy special, extra pepperoni. And the legacy special, his father's recipe. 14 ingredients, made fresh every time. $18. Leo prepares the pizza with precision, slides it into the oven. Awkward silence. Storm's pretty bad out there. I've been in worse. The timer dings. Leo boxes the pizza, ties it with string. $18. The beast pulls out his wallet. He tries a credit card. Declined. Tries another. Declined. His jaw tightens. Humiliation floods his face. I thought I had. He checks his pockets. Nothing but lint and pennies. His hands shake. Leo knew that look. He'd seen it in the mirror every morning. Leo glances at his coin pile. $47.83. If he gives away 18, he's down to $29.83. You know what? It's on the house tonight. What? You look like you've had a longer day than I have. Geesh, the beast stares at Leo like he's seeing a ghost. I can't accept. It's just pizza, brother. And honestly, I made it with extra pepperoni by accident anyway. Can't sell it. So take it. The beast's eyes glisten. He reaches into his vest and pulls out a small wooden coin. He places it on the counter. This is all I got on me right now. Leo picks it up. It's carved with an eagle and the words, Guardian's Path. Hey, a coin's a coin. He drops it in the tip jar. The beast takes the pizza like it's made of gold. Thank you. He walks into the rain and disappears. Leo didn't know it yet, but that wooden coin was worth more than every dollar he'd ever earned. and in 24 hours he'd find out exactly what it meant. Friday morning came like an executioner. The door opens. Mr. Sterling enters, slicked back hair, expensive suit. Bluetooth earpiece. Leo, good morning. I'll cut to the chase. It's Friday. Where's my 1200? I need a few more days. No more days. I've got buyers lined up. Trendy coffee shop. Organic. Locally sourced. You understand. This place has been here for 40 years. And it's failed for 3. Look, I'm not the bad guy here. Business is business. You've got until noon. $1,200 or I get the keys. That's 3 hours, Leo. Tick-tock. The door slams. Leo pulls out his phone and starts calling. He called everyone. Old friends, distant relatives, the bank. Every door slammed in his face. By 11:30 he was out of options and out of hope. Leo sits in the dark kitchen, head in his hands. I'm sorry, Pop. I tried. He looks at the cold ovens, takes off his apron, folds it carefully, places it next to his father's photo. This is the moment every dreamer fears, when kindness looks like foolishness, when doing the right thing costs everything. Before we see what happens next, if you're enjoying this story, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't believe what happens when those motorcycles arrive. Now, back to Leo's story. 11:45. Mr. Sterling stood outside checking his watch smugly. Then the ground began to shake. A low rumble grows, windows rattle, car alarms go off. What the hell is that? Earthquake? 50 Harley-Davidson motorcycles turn the corner in perfect formation. Neighbors rush to windows. The motorcycles stop, creating a wall across the entire street. Mr. Sterling fumbles for his phone. I'm calling the police. This is a gang. The lead bike's engine cuts. The beast dismounts. 50 bikers follow, all wearing vests with the Guardian's Path patch. Leo steps outside, stunned. You gave me pizza when I had nothing. He pulls out the wooden coin. You know what this is? Leo shakes his head. It's a challenge coin. In our brotherhood, you only give it to someone who saved your life. The other bikers rev their engines in unison, a thunderous salute. 24 hours ago, I was at the end. Lost my job. My wife kicked me out. I had a gun in my saddlebag and a plan to end it in the woods. But then I remembered I hadn't eaten in 2 days. So I walked into this place, and you looked at me like I was human. You fed me. No questions. No judgment. His voice cracks. That pizza saved my life. So I called my brothers. We're the Guardian's Path. We're veterans, first responders, survivors. And when one of us gives out a challenge coin, we answer. We heard you got a problem with $1,200. He hands Leo the envelope. Leo opens it. $1,500 in cash. I can't. You can. And you will. He turns to the bikers. Brothers, what do we say? All bikers Guardian's Path. They rev their engines. But we're not done. He pulls out a document. Starting today, Leo's Pizzeria is the official meeting hub for the Guardian's Path, Tri-State chapter. Every Friday, 200 of us are coming here for lunch. Consider your mortgage handled for the next decade. The bikers cheer. Neighbors emerge, smiling. This is irregular. You the landlord? Sterling nods nervously. Here's how this works. Leo stays. You back off. Or every Friday, 50 of us park in front of your office. We're very law-abiding, but we do take up a lot of space. Sterling runs to his car. The beast extends his hand to Leo. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for coming back. But the story doesn't end there, because what happened next turned one pizzeria into a movement. Word spread fast. By that evening, the local news was there. Cameras, reporters. The story went viral within hours. Leo, how does it feel to be saved by the people you helped? I didn't help them. I just gave a man some pizza. But you gave it when you had nothing yourself. That's when it matters most. Within a week, donations poured in from across the country. $20,000, then 50, then 100. People sent letters, sharing their own stories of kindness received and given. A young woman shows up at the pizzeria. Mr. Castelli, I'm Sarah Chen. 5 years ago, my mom used to bring me here after school. We were homeless, living in our car. You always gave us the mismade pizzas. You probably don't remember, but I do. I'm a lawyer now, and I'd like to offer you free legal services. Forever. An elderly man approaches. Leo, I'm Marcus. I ate at your shelter donation last year when I lost everything. I'm back on my feet now. I want to work for you. No pay needed for the first month. Just let me give back. The Beast, whose real name was James Corrigan, became Leo's closest friend. He organized the Friday gatherings, which grew from 50 bikers to 200, then 300. Leo, we need to talk about expansion. Expansion? We've got 17 chapters nationwide. They all want in. What if we franchise this? Not for profit. For purpose. Every location donates 10% to local shelters. Every location hires veterans. Every location keeps the ovens warm. My father would have loved that. Within 2 years. And there were 12 Leo's pizzerias across 6 states, each one a beacon, each one proof that kindness compounds. But perhaps the most profound moment came 6 months after that Friday. The Beast walked into Leo's original pizzeria late one night. Leo was closing up. Got a minute? Always. The Beast sits down heavily. I need to tell you something. That night in the rain, I wasn't just hungry. I was done. I had written notes. Said goodbye in my head. That gun in my saddlebag? It was loaded. Leo sits across from him. I walked in here to get one last meal before I ended it. One last good thing before the darkness. And you looked at me. Really, looked at me. And you smiled. Like I mattered. Like I was worth something. He wipes his eyes. You gave me pizza, but you gave me something else. You gave me proof that good people still exist. That the world wasn't completely cold. And I thought, if one stranger can be kind when he's got nothing, maybe I can hold on one more day. James. I held on. And then another day. And another. And here I am. Alive. Because you saw me. I'm glad you stayed. Me too. And Leo. Last week, one of our brothers came to Friday lunch. He told me he was in the same place I was. He had a plan. But then he saw all of us. Laughing, eating pizza, being brothers. And he said it reminded him that life is still worth living. So he stayed too. Leo's eyes fill with tears. That's 3 lives now. 3 people alive because you gave away $18. How do you measure that kind of return on investment? You don't measure it. You just keep the ovens warm. Today, Leo's Pizzeria isn't just a restaurant. It's a movement. The Guardian's Path has saved 47 documented lives through their Friday gatherings. Leo's franchise model has created 200 jobs for veterans and survivors. The shelters they support have fed over 15,000 people. And it all started with one act, one choice. One moment when a man who had nothing decided to give everything anyway. Leo stands with the Beast in front of the original pizzeria. The neon sign glows. You know what's funny? I thought that night would ruin me. Giving away those $18 when I needed them so badly. And it did ruin me. It ruined the man I was. Scared, alone, holding on too tight. And it built someone better. Someone who understands that we're not meant to survive alone. We're meant to lift each other. Your father would be proud. I think he knew all along. That's why he made me promise to keep the ovens warm. Not for the pizza, for the people. They say kindness is weakness. That generosity is foolish. That in a world of takers, givers finish last. But they're wrong. Because kindness isn't currency you lose when you spend it. It's the only currency that triples every time you spend your last cent. Leo and the Beast watch as Friday afternoon arrives. Hundreds of motorcycles begin to fill the street. Families, neighbors, strangers who heard the story and wanted to be part of something good. Leo's father once said, "A man who hoards bread goes to bed full, but wakes up empty. A man who shares it, he never sleeps alone." He was right. Leo never sleeps alone anymore. None of them do. Because they learned what the world keeps forgetting. We rise by lifting others. We survive by saving each other. And sometimes, the smallest act of kindness becomes the greatest legacy of all. The ovens are still warm. And they always will be. Leo's story proves that one act of kindness can change the world. If this moved you, please subscribe to this channel for more true stories that restore your faith in humanity. Drop a comment below telling me about a time someone showed you unexpected kindness